Hi, and welcome to my badass self. Whenever I buy a doll off of eBay, if she isn't dressed in her original clothing, I like to give her a new outfit. Sometimes, honestly, most of the time, even when she's dressed in her original outfit, I like to do that. So this is my latest acquisition. This is a Margot Robbie Barbie from the movie, and she's actually my favorite. I just love her face sculpt so much. Isn't that pretty? And the smiling Margot Robbie Barbie is also pretty, but there's just something about this one that I really like. So I found these fabric swatches available on Amazon the other day, and they are tweed, and they are about 8 by 8 inches each. And I am going to make Margot Robbie Barbie an outfit out of one of them. Here are the basic pieces for a longer jacket, but you can make the shorter jacket basically the same way, just cut it a little shorter. Here's the sleeve. You can see it's about 4 inches by 2.5, and you just cut it a little bit rounded at the top, and I did narrow it just a tiny bit at the wrist part of the sleeve. Here is one of the front pieces. It's about 2 inches by about 5 inches. And you can see where it slopes right here at the shoulder line. And then I just made it straight across for the neck, because then I will fold it over to make the, what's that thing called? By your neck on a jacket. You know, that thing, the collar. Here's the back. It again is about 5 inches, and then about 3 inches, 3.25 inches across. And again, you have both sides of this are cut with that little bit of a slant for the shoulders. And then here's the other side piece, which is the opposite of this. It's not this side piece, it's the front piece, which is the opposite of this front piece, and the other sleeve, which is the same as the initial sleeve. The first thing I did was run a zigzag stitch around the edges of every piece of fabric so that it wouldn't fray itself into non-existence. I decided to sew the sleeves to keep them right side out to sew the sleeves, so they're going to have this little bit of a fringed edge, because I knew if I put this, yeah, I had the name for this a second ago, this cuff on, I probably wouldn't be able to flip it back right side out. So I just sewed it that way. The jacket I did sew right side to right side so that I could flip it back out. And all of those jaggedy edges, those ruffly edges, would be on the inside, but I did leave the bottom because I want that frayed look. I still have to finish up the neckline and sew the sleeves on, but I will do that by hand because those are some pretty small bits to do with the machine, and it is actually easier to just do that by hand. And once I'm done with that, I will add some extra details, and then I'm going to make a skirt. And here is the rectangle for the skirt. It's about 6.25 inches by about 3 inches, but it just depends on how long you want the skirt to be. When I sew this up, I will just fold it like so. Put the two edges one on top of the other, and then I will just sew a little bit right in the middle of it. You know, maybe an inch and a half right in the middle of it, right there. So that way there will be a little slit in the back, and it will be able to go up her legs by leaving this open, and then I'll be putting a snap there. But in the front, I'm going to put 2 small darts about 1 inch apart so that it will lay nicely across her waist. And here is Margot Robbie Barbie in the beautiful tweed outfit I made for her. Doesn't she look great? You can see I added some buttons to the jacket. I also added a contrasting lapel and cuffs on the sleeves. The sleeves also have little buttons on them. Here's the back of the jacket. And then if we slip that off, we'll see the back of the skirt Right, we've got a little snap right here that opens and closes it. There's a small slit in the back so she can bend her legs more easily. Doesn't she look fabulous? But as much as Margot Raw Barbie loves this outfit, she's feeling a little sad, because she'd really rather have something that's all pink. Oh, Barbie, I wouldn't let you down. Oh, Margot Raw Barbie, don't you look swell in pink tweed? Oh, so amazing. Thanks everybody for being here with us at My Badass Self. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, send us a message in chat, and I hope to see you soon.